Hey friends all over the world, Dr. Kynan here, and I want to make this video. I hope you'll hear it and just consider what I'm saying and give me some time to get it out. I'll try to be as concise as I possibly can. I want to talk about the shocking death of Marcus Lamb and what I believe to be a diabolical media. Now, I did a video earlier, but I'm changing gears because this is really, really important. And the Lord was really dealing with me about this. And many of you who don't know, many of you do know, but many of you who don't know, Marcus Lamb, along with his wife, Joni Lamb, was the president and founder of Daystar, one of the largest Christian television networks in the world. They have millions and millions of viewers all over the world. They're in hundreds of countries, etc., etc., etc. First of all, I want to say that even though I wasn't a close friend with Marcus Lamb, I considered him a friend because he and his wife and their family, a special shout out to Rebecca and Jonathan and all the family members. But they really were a blessing to me in giving me an opportunity to utilize their platform to spread the message of the gospel and also a message of the supernatural. So I'm thankful for that. I'm grateful for that, and I know that they are right now grieving the loss of their father, and they're mourning him, and as they should, and millions all over the world are really stricken by this sudden loss. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, he was 65 years old. Anyway, I won't get into all of that, but I'm making this video. One, I send condolences to their family and condolences to the entire Daystar family. But two, I want to address an issue that I think we need to deal with as Christians, and oftentimes we're silent about this kind of stuff. We're very silent. We don't speak up about it, and we allow media to get away with this. Now, I was not commissioned to do this by anybody representing Daystar, any of the family members. Nobody told me to do this. Nobody knows I'm doing this or saying anything about this. And I wasn't going to say anything, but it just bothered me. You know? Why is it that when a Christian conservative, when somebody who is making a certain stand for truth, something happens, like in this case, the untimely death of Marcus Lamb, CNN posts an article saying, founder of Christian television network and this and this and that and anti-vaxxer. So they build a whole discourse and a whole article around his vaccination status. And then there are Christians. I've even seen some Christians who are posting videos about this or posting posts about this, about vaccination. We've made this a vaccination, a non-vaccination issue. But when Colin Powell died, he was vaccinated and his vaccination status was never even mentioned. I feel it's disrespectful toward the family. I feel it's insidious, and I feel it is demonic that in the time of loss, where people are actually coping with the loss of a very significant person, not only to the immediate family, the extended family, and also the staff and everybody involved. When people are coping the loss of someone they love, they have politicized his death, which has nothing. How many people who are vaccinated died of COVID? But we don't put in their obituary, oh, this person was, by the way, they were vaccinated. They were vaccinated. And so, yeah, a vaccinated person died. This is demonic. The media ought to be held accountable for this charade, this political masquerade that they're doing. And watch this, their own numbers, their own constituency, their own contingent have been sick, have died, and were vaccinated. Not only were they vaccinated, but they had booster vaccines. If I see another Christian, I'm telling you, you don't want to mess with it, because I'm upset about this. If I see another Christian use their voice, and you didn't even know the man, you had no interaction with him personally, you were never on his network, you never met the staff, and I'm not saying I knew him and we were besties. I'm not talking about that. But I'm saying a lot of the people that are commenting knew nothing of the man. They had enough respect for Colin Powell and many others who died from COVID who were not vaccinated. They had respect for them to say, you know what, we lost a very significant person. But this diabolical media would use their voice and their influence to try to denigrate someone after posthumous. The person is gone. And do you see this? Do you see this? But I want to say something even more, because, Dr. Paul Krauss died on the same day 8 years ago. And I believe that we are in a time where God is really speaking to us as a church, as a body of believers. And I'm telling you something. I have more respect for someone who died in faith than someone who lived in fear. I want to say that one more time. I have more respect for a person who dies in faith than someone who lives in fear. That deserves a third statement. I have more respect for someone who dies in faith than someone who lives in fear. And I just want to say to Joni Lamb, Sister Joni Lamb, and to the whole family, he has a beautiful family. I mean, these people were so kind. When I was on Daystar several times, I had the opportunity to meet the entire family, including the babies and grandbabies. This is a beautiful family, and my condolences, my heart goes out to you. I am standing with you, and I just want you to know that you have every right to hold your head up high, because this man was a man of faith. He was a man of faith. He preached the gospel. And so no matter what the media chooses to say in terms of trying to politicize a tragedy, that does not stop the word of God. And the gospel will continue to go out throughout the whole earth. And I believe that the church and Christian media is going to be even more resilient than before, even stronger than before. Even stronger than before. And I encourage everyone to make sure that you are standing on the word of God and that you are standing in the will of God. And don't allow the prognosticators and the naysayers and the negative people and the lascivious media to cause you to doubt God's power, God's ability, and God's goodness. I don't know why I even made this video, but I wanted to make it because I'm tired. I'm tired of how these demon-possessed networks use their resources to manipulate and control. You didn't talk about all the millions of souls that were saved or all of the help that has been given and all of the resources that have been distributed and all of the people who have been touched, you chose to talk about somebody's vaccination status, even though you don't talk about it with those who have been vaccinated. This is evil. It's demonic. And I choose to continue to speak out about it. Again, I love you all. To the Lamb family, there are millions all over the world standing with you, who love you, who support you, who are praying for you. I hope to see you all soon. Be encouraged, and remember, Jesus is Lord.